Hi friends, welcome to the video. Today we will discuss the second part of the Bishop Knight checkmate. In the first part of the video we learned the checkmating pattern and also how to push the opponent king from the incorrect corner to the correct corner and then give the checkmate in the corner. For those who do not know that method, request to go through the part 1 video. The link is given in the description and kindly request to subscribe to the channel if not subscribed. Again, I would like to reiterate that although Bishop Knight checkmate is part of basic checkmates, it is not something meant for beginners. It is complex and need good amount of chess knowledge and chess maturity to master this pattern. As a beginner, if you learn the checkmating method with 2 rook, 1 queen and 1 rook, that should suffice. Right. First, let us look at two more checkmating patterns and then move on to the method of pushing the king to the corner. This checkmating pattern we learned yesterday. The checkmating move is bishop d5. This is the second checkmating pattern. Please pause the video and identify the moves. Yes, the moves are bishop b7, knight c6. This is the third checkmating pattern. Please pause the video and identify the checkmating moves. Yes, the moves are knight c6, bishop b7. So from these three checkmating patterns, what we understand is that the checkmate is always given in the corner with the same color of the bishop, and that is why the opponent king tries to move to the corner with the opposite color of the bishop. Now, to demonstrate the method of pushing the king to the corner, I will play two random positions against leeches. In this position, we see that all our white pieces are on the edge of the board, which is the worst position to be. And also we understand from the checkmating patterns that we can only checkmate either in the h1 corner or a8 corner because we have a light colored bishop. And also we understand that the black king will try to move to h8 corner or a8 corner to make our life difficult. Now in chess we call such positions as open positions because the black colored king is free to move to the opposite colored corner. In such cases, we use the W maneuver method which we learnt in the previous video. However, we might also come across position what we call it as closed position wherein our pieces prevent the black king to go to the opposite colored corner. So there we use a different method. That method I'll not be touching upon in this video just to prevent the topic from getting overcomplicated. However, as a player, I believe that as long as we know one method and we are able to close out the games, that should be enough. But still, from the knowledge perspective, I'll be covering that specific method in the next video. Whoever is interested can watch that video. Right. So in this position, our goal should be to first centralize our king with the pieces. Let us try to do that. We'll try to centralize our king. Okay, we cannot further centralize our king. So let us try to develop our bishop. Okay, we'll try to centralize our king further. We can centralize our king further. Right. So from this we get the idea that the black king is trying to move towards the A1 corner as expected. So we'll now develop our knight to cover this square. Right. So we'll further reduce the area of the black king. Okay. So now we should be able to recognize this position from the previous video. So we see that our king is already in position and also our bishop is in position, preventing the king from escaping along this rank. The only piece we need to plan to reposition is the knight, which we need to bring it to the square so that it can push the king out of this corner. Let us plan to do that. This is a pattern which we are familiar with. So all we have to do is we just have to push the king from this edge to this corner and then give the checkmate. So first let us cut off the king from this square by moving the bishop. Let us start the W maneuver. So we have already learned this topic where the king tries to escape. We'll move our king once. Then move our knight. Okay, from here we can analyze that these two squares are covered by knight and he is probably planning to escape from this square. So we'll stop him from escaping through that square. Fine. So again here he does not have any square to escape. So all we have to do is just to wait for the king to go back. So we'll make a waiting move. Right. Now you see we can further cut off the king by moving the bishop. With this move, we were able to bring back the king which was trying to escape. So here again, we don't have anything to worry because it does not have any squares to escape. So all we have to do is we need to further cut off this square so that the king moves to this corner. So we'll just make a waiting move. Now we are able to cut off square. We will again start the W maneuver. We are all familiar with these ideas from the previous topic. The only square where he can escape is this, so we'll try to cut it off. Okay, now we see that our king is in position and also our bishop is in position to give the checkmate. The only position to reposition is the knight to the square c8. So we'll plan to do that. We'll just make a waiting move. Check, check. Let us try to use another position and try to learn this method further. So this is a random position. So here again, we'll do the same thing. We'll try to centralize our king. We can further centralize our king. Fine. So here we understand that the king is trying to go to the h8 corner, which is the opposite colored corner. We'll further centralize our king. We'll develop our bishop. We'll develop our knight. We'll further centralize. So finally, the king has moved to the opposite corner and we should be able to recognize this position. The bishop is in correct position and also the king is in position. We just have to reposition our knight. So we are familiar with this pattern now. Let us cut off this square. Let us start the W maneuver. This time is trying to go back. This is another pattern we learned. Again, we are familiar with this pattern. We'll develop the bishop and stop king from escaping. Fine. Here, again, we have to restart the W maneuver, but we can only start that after the black king moves. So we'll make a waiting move. We can start the W maneuver again. You know this pattern. We'll cut off the king from escaping. Fine. So again, we have reached a position where the king is almost in the corner and our king and the bishop are in correct position. We just need to plan to move this knight to here. Let us start doing that. Let's make a waiting move to prevent stalemate. Checkmate. So I hope you guys were able to get the method of moving the king from the center to the corner. Thank you for watching the video.